live, I'll share it, okay?
Okay, okay. So it will be like there is a delay usually, but in 1 minute it must appear at my page. Not yet. I think it has like 1 minute delay or something. And I live on a farm, so the internet is not so good here. But I'm doing this anyway, and usually it works.
Sure, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah. If you are not hearing me well at any moment, let me know, because sometimes it says unstable connection. Oh, it's live now. Hello all that are watching this now. We are just sharing this on Benedict's page, on Ben's page, and we are gonna start in a moment. I'm very grateful for you being here. If you are joining us now, please, if you feel the call, share where you are at and join us with your comments and any question, any insight, whatever you feel like sharing. So, Benedict, you were able to share it? Ben, sorry.
Yep, I've shared it in a couple of places now.
Yeah, great. So, yeah, Can we start? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yes. I'm super grateful that you accepted my invitation to join me in this conversation. Is the I think is the second one I do in English at my page, and also
Hmm.
I have joined a couple of 3 or 4 more with people from other countries, and one with Todd Medina, another with Shanning Muland, and when I saw, but like I'm doing this because I feel right now that we are supposed, I feel I'm supposed to share what makes me vibrate, what makes me feel joyful, and I love these conversations, these interactions. And so I'm very grateful that you accepted me without knowing me and I don't, I'm not a practitioner or anything, so very grateful. And I would like just to share with you what I was starting to say, that I have met you at one of Denise Chadwick's conversations, and I felt that magic in you, that you carry something with you. And I believe everybody, every human being, we are magical beings, in the sense that we are beings of vibration, and so we carry our vibration wherever we go, and you carry this vibration and this passion with you. And so I felt like in total resonance with you at the first sight, like we met someone and we love this person, that's it. And so I would like you to share whatever you feel like sharing right now, introducing yourself, maybe, I don't know. And this is the idea is we just flow, and if you have questions that you would like to know about me, you ask. I'd like that you feel. I feel like you are an old friend, in a way. So we are two friends having a chat. That's it. Let's go ahead.
Sure. Well, that's a really beautiful introduction, Anna. To be everyone as magical and to be able to see that is an extraordinary gift that you have. So, you know, it's not every day that someone tells you you're magical. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. That's made my morning. So the question is, what would I like to share? Well, first of all, I'd like to, but also anyone who's watching as well, I'd like to encourage you to take part, even if it's on recording. And that's a really simple thing, Anna. I'd like to just share a few breaths with you into the room. And it's a bit crazy. I do this in every meeting now. Almost whenever I meet someone, I just say, should we just take a breath together or a few breaths together? Because it really helps bring us into presence. So are you okay to do that?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, let's just take breaths together then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. So, yeah.
So yes, where would you like to go with this, Anna? What would you like me to give or to contribute or to find out? Maybe is there something that you would like to share with me as well?
No, maybe we started with breath, and I know you are a breath work facilitator. I don't know if you want to speak a little bit about your work. I don't know.
I can talk about breath
Yeah.
all day long, and I can breathe all day long as well, and I hope
Yes.
everyone else can breathe along with us.
Yes.
So should we talk a little bit about breath work and about what I do as a breath work facilitator then?
Yes. Yeah, it's
Okay.
great.
All right, and we can even start to make this not just talking, because listening to someone talk about something gets a bit boring after a while, doesn't it? So are you up for making this a little bit interactive and making it a little bit experiential, both for you and for maybe the people who are watching this? Is that okay?
Wherever you want to go. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I know what it's like. I'm a teacher. For many years, I was a high school teacher. Worse than a teacher who just drones on and on and on and on. I don't want to be that kind of teacher. I want to be a kind of teacher that, ignites people, that excites people, that kind of makes you go, wow. I'd like to be magical if that's okay. So we'll try and make this a little bit more experiential so we get to do something together if that's okay.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. And I see some friends already here. Hello, Takayuki, Marika, Spirited, Ana Carreiro, Eileen Mary, and whoever is watching more, welcome and please join us. Let's see what Ben has.
I don't
Yes.
have the Facebook feed on, but I will pop it on. So if I see any questions that come up, I can respond to those as well.
Great.
So, did you notice, Anna, when we just took those three breaths together, how it changed things, how we kind of connected
Yes.
and connected with each, we started connecting and we started connecting with ourselves and we started connecting with each other, and it changes the space in between us. And that's, for me, what breathwork is about: connection. And we don't connect with ourselves very much. Most of the time we're thinking about what's going on in the background, what we're going to have for dinner, our worries, our financial worries, our worries about our children or our families, about work, about about the pandemic, we disconnect. And that gets even more when we're starting to feel something discomfort. When we're starting to get messages in from our body or the world, we really try and distract ourselves from it. We might go and look at Facebook or watch TV. Maybe even we will start to take painkillers and or alcohol to numb ourselves from really feeling. When we breathe, we really connect, and it can be a bit discomfort. It can be uncomfortable at times. There's no getting around that. But price to pay for the amount of the bountiful abundance that we can find when we really do connect with each other, with ourselves. Now, breathwork isn't the only way. There's a lot of different paths, a lot of different tools. But for me, breathwork has been the most freely available because with every breath we do it, and abundant and easy as well. It's nothing more than just taking some breaths together. So that's how I start, and that's what for me breathwork is about. It's about a tool of connection to ourselves and to others, and to that sacred, non-material, awesome that we should just by being alive have access to all the time.
Yeah. And I feel, can I say just something? Not interrupting you. Well, I'll say anyway. I feel, um, I was talking with my brother yesterday, and most of the people, they are not aware yet that they are not conscious that they can do that connection. That is the thing that people are so lost sometimes, and they don't know, and sometimes I wonder why, but then I access to the answer is, for me, is that's the human experience. We have to find it out, but it's sometimes seems a little bit unfair because it's so simple, and we are wondering and lost so many time until we understand. Yeah, but yeah, let's, sorry. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Mm.
And it's a never-ending journey.
Yes.
It's not do it once and that's it. It's a learning, growing process of becoming. I don't know if you know Ram Dass, but he has a phrase that we're all just walking each other home. And that's what this is. It's just coming home to who we really are.
Actually, we are home in a way. So, for me, I agree, but I see more. We are expanding home. We are expanding the home, and yeah, it's more.
Yeah.
Yes,
Great.
yes, in
We are making the whole world, we are making every moment our home. We're
yeah,
really cool.
yes,
Well, should we try something? Should we do some breath work, Anna?
yes, yes.
And so I'm going to. I've not done it like this before, but we can have a go. And so if you're watching this, I'm going to encourage you to do this as well. I'm going to invite you to connect to something, Anna, that maybe you don't often connect to. And we're going to have a space, and we're just going to do some breathing around this.
Okay.
Close your eyes, and then just become aware of your breath. There's no particular pattern. Just breathe in and out. Now feel your chest rise and fall as you breathe. Feel the air coming in through your nose. And then on an inhale, I want you to take your attention inside to that still, quiet place within you. Where your wisest, truest self lives. Now you get to ask your truest, highest, wisest self some questions, Hannah. The first one is, what are you feeling right now? What are you really feeling? Everything is welcome. Nothing is off limits. Everything is allowed. Now, I want you to keep your eyes closed, but just answer. What is it that you are really feeling right now?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell me.
I'm joyful and a little bit butterflies because I'm not very used to this, but I'm very joyful. Is the overall feeling joy?
Okay, was that grateful, did you say?
Joyful, and
Joy.
yes, and grateful. It's a mix.
So you're feeling butterflies in your stomach, are you? Now, I'm going to invite you to maybe place your hands on your stomach and feel those butterflies. Where else do you feel joy? If you were to describe what joy physically felt like, how would you describe it?
I feel all my body vibrating and jumping and smiles at every cell of my body. It's like this smiles, smiles, smiles.
Hey, you feel in every part of your body it is smiling. Okay, so we're going to take some breaths with that. So I can feel it. I can feel your energy. And if you're watching Anna now, feel her joy and feel every part of her body vibrating. So let's just take that. Maybe open your mouth and take some breaths like that to increase the energy. Feel that joy, Anna. 5 more breaths with that joy. One more. We'll come back into stillness and go back to that still, quiet place where your wisest, truest, highest self lives. And then you get to ask that part of you another question, Anna. What is it that you need to feel? What is it that you need to connect to that you are not allowing yourself to feel at the minute? And when you feel ready, speak.
I don't know. I'm maybe I like to have my feet on the floor, and because I'm connecting with Gaia now, and for me it's very important to feel the energy flowing from Gaia, but I have to change my settings here because I like to have the light. So yeah, I'm missing maybe my feet on the ground. That's it. Yeah.
Tell us what that feels like to miss them. Missing them, what does that feel like?
Oh, I don't feel the pouring out of the energy so strongly. I don't feel in my feet. I feel on the whole body, but I really like to feel on my feet because I feel like a tree deeply rooted when I have the feet on the ground.
Okay, well, so when the energy stops pouring out, you feel it in your feet and your roots.
What I feel, I'm feeling tickles and needles and influx conversation with myself in a way, with nature.
Nature. Okay, let's take some breaths with that then, so we can all feel that too. And then we'll come into stillness one last time. Back inside. And you get to be with your inner elder, your wisest, highest, truest self again. What is it that you would like to connect to more, Anna? What would you like to feel more?
I don't know. I don't want anything. I just want to expand. But I would love to see. Uh, they say there is a veil that keep us on this reality. I would like to see more colors, more energies. I don't know, but it's okay. I don't want. It's just yeah. If someone said, "Do you have any wish?" I'd like to see more, more colors, more expand my connection with myself, with this totality that I am. Maybe expand more. Yes, that's it.
You would like to see more colors, maybe more vibrancy, and you would like to connect more with yourself.
Yes, yes.
Let's take some breaths with that. And as you breathe with us, if you're watching, feel that connection. Feel that you can see those colors as well. Let's take some breaths. One more. And I want you to, as we breathe these last few breaths, really feel that connection with yourself, Anna, and your openness to seeing more color. Feel to feel more energy. Let's take 3 final breaths. One last one. Okay. Now with your eyes still closed, rub your hands together really hard. Rub them really hard so they get really hot. Okay?
They already are. I can't do more. Yes.
Now place them over your eyes.
What?
Place your hands over your eyes. Okay? Now gently open your eyes and then open your fingers so the light comes in slowly. And then bring your hands down your face. And you can even give yourself a tap. There we go, to bring yourself back into the room. So that was a very short little exercise, just about how we can help the breath connect with ourselves and see and feel more. After we do a breath, we will share. So if there's, and that's just one of the simple exercises that we do with breath. But we always have a chance to share. So Anna, if there is something that you would like to share after that little exercise, we have a little space to do that.
Yeah, this was so beautiful, and yeah, I'm very grateful. And now I'm feeling more my feet and the pouring of Gaia into my body. And yeah, I think these techniques are very beautiful for expanding, deepening, opening up to more connection. More, yes, yeah, so grateful. Yeah, and we have maybe I would like just to share António Tavares, que é amigo, is my friend here from Portugal, with Fátima, and they say força, they say strong, and Carlos Fernando, que acho que, yeah, thank you for being here, and Isabel Figueiredo, and Gaia Man, and whoever else is joining, and thank you. Yes, Benedict, was beautiful, yeah.
Yeah. And when we do breath work, everything is welcome. So often we allow ourselves to connect to the light and to the joy, but it's not often we allow ourselves to connect to some of the darker things that we might think, like grief or sadness or pain or fear or even anger. We
Yes.
allow ourselves to feel those things and we don't deny they exist. So we always make a space where anything is non, you can feel anything and you will never be judged. You'll never feel that it is not allowed to feel something.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, that's one of the kind of things that I do. Really, I use breath and I use different breath techniques. That was just a simple one, but we have some very powerful techniques to create spaces really where people can feel what they need to feel.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's it.
Yeah. The first time I heard about breathwork was with my friend Martin McNichols. I think you are a friend of him, Martin McNichols.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I have never tried until I join you in one session, one free session that you do, and yeah, it's very beautiful, and I feel, as you said, there are so many ways, and what I feel about any technique is the it's more the people, the person, the teacher, as you said, as you say, and that openness, that love. Sometimes when we use the word love, there are a lot of misunderstandings about this word, and but it's the word that brings us more close to the vibration of the universe. That is what I feel. So it's different from the love that we are used to between two human beings, and it's just that mix of, yes, gratitude, joy, and benevolence, and that's what I see in you, this benevolence, this joy of helping, not help, or this the joy of sharing, the joy of in a way you are a helper, you want to help, but um, at least for me it's more like that makes us happy, not that we are being power having power over someone to heal them, or to change them, but that we are helping to expand more that love within ourselves.
Mm.
How do you feel about this idea?
Um, I didn't feel like I don't feel like I have a choice about this, Anna. I feel like I cannot not do what I do anymore. When I first discovered breathwork about 6 or 7 years ago, I knew within, I think probably my first 5 breaths, that this is what I would be doing for the rest of my life. So I met my teacher, Anthony Abagnano of Alchemy of Breath in Bali 6 years ago, 7 years ago. And he just said, "Oh, I'm running a workshop. Do you want to come along to it?" And by that time, I'd been doing yoga for 15 years. I was doing a lot of meditation at the time. I'd done 7 years of like pretty hardcore meditation. I thought I knew it all, but I knew within 5 minutes of breathing, and we were doing a technique called conscious connected breathing or conscious breath work. It's a bit different to what we did just then. But I knew I went to a deeper place. I went to a more profound place in an easy and joyful way that I had never got to before. When you're meditating, I mean, everyone sits there silent, thinking away, and everyone looks like they're deep inside. But I bet at least half of the people when they're meditating aren't meditating at all. They just look like it on the outside. Even Ram Dass
Yes.
said that as well. He'd be thinking about other things. But when you're doing the breath work, it's like meditation for people who can't meditate because it just works. And I knew within 5 breaths, 5 minutes, that this is what I would be doing. I felt like I was called. And if you feel the call, you can't really ignore it and resist it. And I ignored it for a few years. Like I didn't start my training until 2017. And then I qualified in 2018. But by that point, I knew I didn't have a choice. So it's not like I chose to do this or I want to do this. It was like I surrendered to it. I opened up and I just let it happen. And now it's happening all the time. I'm doing breathworks every day for people all across the world, and I train other breathworkers now to go out and do this as well. And it's one of the most beautiful and joyful and easiest things that I've ever done. And it's right, and you're following the universe's plan when everything is full of ease and it's not difficult and it just flows. So that's really what it's about. It's not about choosing to do something. It's just about opening and allowing things to happen.
Yeah, yeah. And I like very much, yeah, this concept that we just open. And I'm always trying to share because it's the same. It's your joy, right? You feel joyful
Always,
when,
well,
yes,
always, but
yes,
sometimes I feel joyful. Sometimes I despair. Sometimes I feel grief and sadness and rage and fear and laughter. And I get to feel everything now.
yes,
And joy, I definitely feel joy, but I allow myself to feel everything.
yes, yes,
Everything.
yes, yes, and that's very important. But the overall, yeah, sometimes maybe if we say, oh, follow your joy, the people will get one idea that is, oh, so we don't do anything that is not joyful, but that's not that way. Something, at least for me, something calls us because we feel, as you said, there are so many ways of meditating. For some people is painting. I have a friend who was watching Antonio, he's a painter. Some people is music, some people is mechanics, or some people is cleaning, or and some people will be sit and being meditation, but there are so many ways. And
And
yes,
breathwork is only one way. It's not the only
yes,
way for
yes,
sure. It's a very powerful, easy way, but there are definitely other paths, and I really support them and love them too.
yes, yes. And I would like you, because I always see you speaking, asking the persons about childhood. Would you like to share anything with me and with everybody about any memory, anything that you remember? I don't know that you would
About
like.
my childhood,
Yes, your child.
um, yes, whenever I do a breathwork and I set up my little altar, I have my little pictures. Would you like to see a picture of me as a child?
Yes, yes. I just will look at comments. Hello, Ana Martinez. Yeah.
Okay. So this is my little altar bag where I keep my pictures of me when I was a little one. Now, I don't know if you can see that.
Yes. What do you have in your hands?
So I have a little spaceship. Have a little toy spaceship.
Oh, a spaceship. Yeah, great.
I remember that really clearly because it was a Christmas, and the little toy spaceship made a noise. If you go, or what I remember about this is the jumper that I was wearing, and it's stripy. But what you will not be able to see is the texture of it.
Oh,
It was like velvet, and I still remember how much I loved that.
yes.
Um, Loved that feeling of being, of soft and stroking. And as I've grown up and as I've grown older, um, I don't like that softness anymore.
Oh,
So my wife, she sleeps on a really soft sort of velvet blanket, but for me, it's just too much sensation. And now I like cotton and linen. But I was just thinking about that this morning, um, about how much when I was little and when you have a little child, how much they love soft things and how important that is to them to be surrounded by um, that real softness. And And then that got me thinking, actually, it's not just the physical softness that they need as well. They need that gentleness and that kindness and that kind of warmth that you get from a jumper like this, or a blanket. And they need that softness in all parts of their life. And really, we need to give ourselves that as well. And even if we can't manage the softness of a jumper or something, but that kindness and that warmth and that softness, we still have that little one inside of us, and we still have that need for us. So thank you for asking that question, for me to be able to connect with my little one. And I was just thinking of him this morning. Yeah, so
Okay.
there we go. Would you like? Oh, I've got another picture here.
Wow, you have a drawing?
It's very blonde. Not anymore.
Yes, yes.
But that's what I looked like when I was young. And so I'll find one more.
What do you have in your hand? Is a drawing? Maybe?
Sorry?
What do you have in your hand? Is a drawing on that picture?
This one.
You are showing something.
I
Yes?
think I think it was a book I got for Christmas. I think
Okay.
it was
Okay.
101 Things to Do with a Dead Cat.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. I have one picture similar to yours, and probably it was at the
Sure.
same. I think you are a little bit younger than me. Maybe, I don't know. I'm from 68. I don't know which year you are. You are younger a
Or
little bit.
a little bit younger.
But I have a similar picture with my skates. Yeah, and yeah, and when you show me yours, I remember mine. Yeah. So yeah, let me know. Let me see the other one. I'd love.
Uh, I'd like to share actually, um, because
Oh,
see that?
it's your father and your grandma? No,
It's my father and my auntie, who is
auntie.
my dad's older sister.
Yes.
My dad is still with us. He's 89 now.
Wow.
But my aunt, she passed away 2 years ago. But I was very, very close to her. She was like a second mother to me, and she was my warm, soft blanket. I was in my 40s. She was kind, soft, gentle, sweet person, who I always turned to, and uh, I really miss her. And she's in her front room there, and I went there, 2 or 3 times a year for 40 years. So that's my auntie Pat. So
You and a Brit
having a
with
cheek
Auntie
after.
Pat. I love when you let's do a Brit with your Auntie Pat. So nice. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I really feel your Auntie Pat here right now with us.
Well, thank you for it's a joy for me to just be able to connect with that part of myself, those people in my life, be able to share them as well. So thank you for that, Anna.
You do. It's funny because I'll show you one picture. Alright, it is at my page. Can I show you one?
Yeah.
So this is my father and me.
I saw you
Yeah,
post this picture
yes,
on
you
Facebook.
saw. Yeah, okay. And that's funny because yesterday I was, no, it was not yesterday. It was 5th of May, and I remember my father because I'm doing a challenge of writing one memoir in each day during 100 days. Sean in England invited us to do that. And then suddenly my father came to my mind, and I wrote about him. But it's so funny to see these old pictures, they bring because I feel if we are this universe, and so uh, they are always with us, and But whenever we say their name or we call, then we feel them. And I'm saying this, and I'm feeling really cold around me. And so um, that has given me this inner feeling, this inner knowing, because it's what I feel. It's not someone that tells me this is true. I feel this is true, and that has gave me such serenity about everything, and any fear, it was dissolved in a way, because I know for me that whatever arises, I try to deal in the moment, and so I don't feel. I was thinking today. I'm still fearful. I used to have a phobia when I was a kid of insects and cucarachas, baratas. How do you say? Yes. I used to have dreams about them, and if I saw one, I will be paralyzed and my heart beating, and I feel like fainting. And right now, I don't feel that anymore. And I live on a farm. We have a lot of insects around here, and spiders and everything. But I was thinking yesterday, because I had a conversation with a friend. She has been in some like 15 days in Amazonia, and I was thinking, how would I feel at the deep forest with a lot of insects, because that is my biggest fear right now. It's not fear, but I'm not afraid, but I will have to face that, and maybe I have to face that. And I got like this whisper saying you should face that, because that's the thing that you still can say, but that you are afraid, but I'm not afraid in the sense that I'm always hoping to see a cucaracha. So I don't see them
Mm.
anymore. And before, I was always waiting to see one, so I was seeing them all the time. That's very interesting. So if we are afraid of something, we are attracting. And that, yeah, that is what's saying the books too. But I had this experience as soon as I stopped fearing the insects. I don't see them anymore. And if I see one, there's something that's still oops, and but then I say okay, okay, and I pass around. I can't kill one. I can't kill, but I can't kill anything these days. It's very difficult for me. Even spiders or any insect that I sometimes I go to kitchen garden. I pick some leaves, cauliflower or something, and there is an insect. Then I pick the insect. I put it outside because I don't like to kill anything. But it's very interesting, the idea of fear, and yeah, and feeling and facing. I don't know if someone watching. Oh, Patricia, it's my sister of heart. Olá, mana. So I don't know if someone watching would like to share something about fear, the idea, or what would you like to share, Benedict, about this, about fear? Do you have anything that really scares you yet that you feel like sharing with us? I don't know.
What am I? What do I fear? I fear loneliness. Um, I don't. I'm worried about. I'm. When I was younger, when I was a teenager, I used to love being by myself. I quite happily be by myself and read and take myself off on adventures. But the older I get, the more uncomfortable I feel about that, about just being by myself and not being around other people. So that's something that I'm afraid of, being by myself for sure. Mm. And even now, just thinking about it, I can feel my body go, "Ugh," being by myself. Um,
You want to take a breath about that?
yeah, should we take a breath into
Yes.
feeling that? "Ugh," that
Yeah. Yes.
let's have a breath of that. I mean, there's loads of things I could talk about. Conflict, for instance, that's I shy away from. When I was a teacher, when I started off teaching, every lesson I had was a battle with the children, and it was exhausting. Every single day, there'd be some big argument or some big fight, and I'd have to give out detentions, and it was awful. And for 2 years, really, it was just so tiring. But then after that, when you learn how to avoid the conflicts, about how you learn to manage them, about how they can become an enormously healing process for you when there is something, it's a connection. That was amazing. But even now, I don't really like having conflicts, or even just with my wife. Sometimes we have differences of opinion, and I hate them because I'm terrible at them. So I don't like that. I don't like boredom. Um, I don't like age. I don't like the fact that my hair is going. I'm afraid of losing my eyesight. I'm afraid of my health deteriorating. I've been blessed with a strong body that is. I've never had much illness or pain, and I'm afraid of losing that as I get older. I'm afraid of my parents and their health, and their get older, and as they diminish. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of losing connection with all the beautiful people that I have. So there's a few things that I'm afraid of, Anna. I could probably say a lot more.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing this with us. And I think, as you are saying, there is that already that transmutation, and by you stating that fears, I don't know. Let's take a breath about that.
Yeah.
I love this.
Take a breath.
Yes, I love this idea.
And so many times we try and avoid our fears, and we try and pretend that we're not, or try and fix our fears. But all we really have to do is just allow ourselves to feel it and breathe into it. You know, fear isn't going to go away anyway, and we shouldn't deny it. And sometimes that fear is also just excitement in a different word. In a different word. I get a bit scared sometimes before I do breathworks or a bit of interviews, but really it's a bit, this is going to be amazing. What's going to happen next? So the two are very close.
Yeah,
What do you say?
that's what I was feeling before the interviews, because it's like there are still a part of me that has to remind that I can do whatever I decide to do. I'm worthy. I have the power of doing, and because I deal with a lot of self-worth issues, and in my childhood, and yeah, I can't remember any. Oh no, I'm gonna cry. I can't remember any soft person around me to with my hands, because my parents, they did the best, and my mother, she still does the best, and my father is playing a new life, I believe, right now. But I got lost. What I was talking about? Can you remember me? This was really strong. Bringing this, I didn't have the soft. So yeah, I feel the butterflies before any situation of this kind of exposure, and because I couldn't even look the people in the eyes when I was a kid and when I was a teenager, because my parents, they wouldn't look me in the eyes because they were not used to someone to look them in the eyes. So in a way, I teach them to look in the eyes when I started doing that with them, but that was a whole process in my life, and only when I was maybe 30 years I was able to look at them in the eyes. And so I'm always afraid of doing these things because I feel like, oh, maybe you will lose how to say the words in English. Maybe you will, or people will have opinions. But right now I know that I am me, and I do what and I'm doing this because it's joyful. So I ask always myself, so you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it, but you want to do it, right? Yes, and I want to do it because I love doing it. I'm here with you and I'm vibrating in joy and gratitude and excited and feeling our interaction unfold and feeling the energy, and that's what I came here for. I feel the same way you feel is the breath work for me is communication with other beings,
Yeah.
communication, loving them, loving every human being in that way, in that being that love. We say I love you, and that generates sometimes a lot of confusion in the like in the spiritual community. People, I love you, and we don't even know each other sometimes. But actually, what this I love you means I am love with you. We are love. I think it's more that would be the more appropriate for me right now. It's what I feel more appropriate because we are here right now being love. At least for me, I'm being love with you, and I'm being in love with everybody that is joining us. And so, yeah, that's why you feel that fear, but also there is the excitement that you want to do something, and so you go and jump, or not, or you refrain yourself. But as long as you are refraining yourself for going there, uh, yeah, it's a process. But as you go there, you really there is more expansion within,
Yeah.
and as you are expanding within, you are expanding the totality. So you are expanding me and, and everybody watching, and that's the beautiful of this thing. That's my truth. That's what I feel as truth. For some people, this can, can make no sense. For me, it makes sense and makes me feel well, how I'm feeling now, happy and excited, and so grateful that you are here. And yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Sure. Okay. Well, what else have we got to talk about, haven't we?
Where do you want to go?
Um, I'm enjoying talking about fear, actually. Yeah, that's calling to me for some reason. What does when you are afraid of something, Anna? What does that feel like for you in your body? How would you describe the sensations of fear?
Oh, there is a big contraction.
Mm.
Also, fear for me is like some, let's use the words being, energy. It's almost like something physical that is coming to me, and I see that thing coming to me, but in a way that that thing is inside me and is taking over, is contracting me. Yes, maybe that's it. Maybe something like that.
Taking you over and contracting you like a
Yes,
physical.
yes, yes.
Yeah, for me as well.
Yeah,
I'm kind of frozen and I can't think and I can't physically act. It's that real. It's a powerlessness and it's a helplessness and it's a incapacity. It's a diminishing, um, and it's a very yeah, it's a terrible place to get stuck. And we do all feel that. We all feel fear at times, and we all have that. But to get stuck in that all the time is a really painful place. So being able to feel that and then just flow in and out of that fear is Um, I wish I could say that I was I never felt it, but that's what bravery and that's what courage is being able to feel those things. It's not that you don't feel fear, it's that you have those feelings and you move through them. And that's like any emotion, whether that's fear, even love and joy and passion. We just let those things flow through us as easily as each breath that we take.
Yeah. And as you observe, I think really that there are many that speak about this, that when we start to be first to observe that we are feeling fear, for instance, or we are feeling hate or grief, or when you are able to find that little space between your feelings and become the observer of yourself, that is when you start to being able to transmute, first facing and then transmute all these feelings, all the fear, and accept. So the first thing is, as what you did here, you said, I am afraid of this and this and that and that. So you are facing and you are saying they are there. So you are not avoiding, because the
Yeah.
more you avoid, you are running and you are being chased and contract, and you are
Yes.
facing. Yes, you are facing, you are looking. And for me the next step is to say, you, this is love too. This, or using the word that actually is, you love that, you expand around that. So that, yeah, or you breathe out, you are contracting and then and that evaporates, because but it's love in a way, it's the energy that we call love. So you love
Yeah.
that part of yourself too, because when we are avoiding, we are saying this is not part of myself, or I'm not allowed to feel this, or something like that, maybe.
All of those things.
Yes, but for
Well,
me,
this is lovely. I didn't expect to come in on here and talk about fear today, but I'm really enjoying that, Anna.
yes,
Thank you.
yeah, me too, yeah. And that's what I feel, that's what I like to do, these conversations, because when we are in, we are, I'm always delighted by this knowledge, this inner knowing that I feel like right now, that we are that collective singularity, and we are speaking, you are Source and I am Source, or you are God and I am God, or you are whatever we may call it, universe, energy, whatever. And we are speaking to each other. We are that one energy, interacting, exchanging information, vibration, and expanding or contracting or expanding, depending of what are happening between us. And when we come together and in this virtual way, and people watching, and there are a lot of transformation, expansion, transmutation, whatever we may call it. And I feel that is what we came here for, all the humans in a way. The ultimately we came here for this,
Yeah.
for me.
Well, should we have all of that, maybe?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for making this space. It's been lovely to spend an hour with you.
Yeah. For me too. I hope we can do this more times. And
Sure, I will happily come back on any time.
yes, yes. And there's any. What do you want to leave here more? What do you would like to say? We can go on, but at the same time, sometimes I feel more than 1 hour gets too long, and people.
I think an hour is enough.
Yes,
I think I feel very happy with, we've talked about some beautiful things. We've talked about fear. We've talked about our little ones. We've talked about connection. We've done a little breath together. That's all really. I feel really complete and really full up from our conversation, Anna.
yes, me too.
Maybe maybe we should just take some breaths together.
Yes, let's just take some breaths. And I'm so. And after this, maybe we don't say anything else. So I would like to. Yeah, I'm grateful for everybody that will join this moment, this now moment that has joined now. My sister Patricia that is watching, I love you and I love you. Well, we are love. When I say I love you, because we are love, we are this powerful, beautiful energy, and so let's face all the parts of it and love them and wrap them with love, maybe. That's my final words. And then Benedict and then lead us and we finished. Yes, thank you so much. See you soon. Até já. In Portugal we say até já. That means
Até
see you soon. Yes.
já.
Até já. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.